Aweh Millionaire. In today's video, I'm going to show you a smart trader strategy, very simple strategy that I used to collect an easy 40 pips on USDCAD trading Forex high impact news, specifically trading the CAD employment trend, so that you too can trade like a smart trader and follow the smart money. Let's get it.
Batman, Batman, Batman. Batman, Batman, Batman.
So I'm on the 15-minute time frame right now on USDCAD. Again, you can see I sold USDCAD on the 10th of July. This is where I had my entry price. This is where I had my TP as well as my stop loss on this USDCAD. Trading Forex high impact news. And again, I'm going to explain exactly how this trade played out. So you can see I've got my key important levels which I've plotted out on the chart. These levels are what we call the supply and the demand levels. These supply and demand levels allow the smart trader to see exactly what interest areas the banks are focusing on the chart, so that you too can see exactly how the price reacts to these levels and how to trade in line with the banks and the smart money. So I'm going to take it back from the 9th of July so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. So first of all, we have over here a demand level. We then have over here a supply level. We have another supply level, and again another supply level, and again another supply level. And actually what we have from this supply level to this supply level over here is we have a what we call a supply zone. So we've got a supply zone that the smart money is focusing on. So what happened over here? So price came off the demand level on the 9th of July, and I've actually done a video of price reacting to this level on the 9th of July. Click on the eye on the right hand side to catch that video and how I caught this trade. But price bounced off the demand level over there, broke through the first supply level that we have, okay, and not only did it break through the supply level, it broke through the supply level with high volume, which actually then turned the supply level into a demand level. That's very, very important. Now, the key thing here is with supply and demand is that when price breaks a supply or a demand level, then we are no longer interested in this level. Okay, we don't trade the break and the retest of supply and demand levels, okay, because that's not how it works with the smart money. Once a level is broken, it's broken. Delete the level. You're not focusing on that level anymore. Okay, once it breaks the level and goes and tests another level, you can forget about it. But what we had over here is price broke through this first supply level with high volume, which you can see over there. Boom, skibbity pap. Price broke the supply level with high volume, then turning that level from a supply into a demand. Okay, so now this is a demand level, which is super important. So now we've got demand level number 1 at the bottom, and now demand level number 2 at the top here. And then price continued to test the second supply level, broke that supply level, continued to the third supply level, broke into the supply level, and now was testing the zone. Okay, supply level number 3, supply level number 4. Price was testing the supply zone. Okay, and what we understand when we want to follow the smart money and when we want to trade with the smart money is that whenever price tests a supply level, we want to be selling, and whenever price tests a demand level, we want to be buying. Now, why do we want to be selling when price tests a supply level? Because it's very, very easy. The banks or the smart money always trade against the retail amateur traders, and in order to do so, they need to induce the retail amateur traders to take the opposite side of the trade. Okay, they need to manipulate the dumb traders to think one thing so the banks can do the other thing, hit your stop loss and take your money and continue in the direction that they really wanted to go in. So what we can see from here, from the moment price bounced off the demand level to go and test the supply zone over here, price started to push all the way up, and it started to push up like heavy. Okay, we can see strong bullish move over here, inducing the retail traders to do what? To start buying, to start adding buying orders to the trade, because the dumb trader opens up the chart, sees that price is going up, so they want to buy, which is exactly what the smart money wants you to do. They want you to take the opposite side of the trade. Okay, so you can hit your stop loss, lose your money, and then you can go cry yourself to sleep. So retail traders see that the price is going up, they want to buy. The smart trader knows this because we've identified these supply and demand levels. Okay, we've identified exactly where the banks are looking at on the chart and what the real intentions are. That's the key about being a smart trader, is to think like the smart money and not to think like the dumb ass money. So when this happened, this was a clear indicator to start selling. Now, this is also important because when this happened, this move or the testing of the supply zone happened just before high impact news was released, which was the CAD employment change. Now, if we go to Forex Factory on the 10th of July, we can see that on 2:30 p.m. there was high impact news on CAD, employment change, and unemployment rate. Okay, this is an indicator telling us that the banks are going to be participating in the market with high probability at this time. And whenever we see this high impact news indicators on the economic calendar, this is telling you exactly what currency you need to be trading at that time. Okay, a lot of people ask me what's the best currency pair to trade. The best currency pair to trade is the one where the banks are going to be in the move. Okay, and high impact news basically tells you, hello, here's free money, please trade this currency if you want to get free money and be a smart trader. So CAD, that's why I took CAD, I paid it against the dollar and was analyzing USDCAD. That's the reason why USDCAD was the currency pair of the choice. So price came, tested a supply level. This was then again an indicator to look for selling opportunities and an indicator to get ready to sell. Now, when price tests a supply level and you want to start selling, then you need to plot out your entry price as well as your stop loss price using the most recent fractal high as well as the most recent fractal low to do so. Now, when we are selling, we use the most recent fractal low as the point of entry, our entry price, and then we use the most recent fractal high, okay, as the stop loss. So I'll start with the stop loss, as you can see over there, when price tested the level, and this was just before the news was released. Okay, key indicator here, just before the smart money comes into to destroy all the retail amateur traders, we're already getting ready to sell. So stop loss on the most recent fractal high, which was right over here, this fractal high over here. But what I did was I took the stop loss and I put it a few pips just outside of the supply zone, just to put my stop loss away outside of the high stop hunt area, which is that supply zone. So most recent fractal high, which is just outside of the supply level, and then the entry, the most recent fractal low just before the news, which was this fractal low right over here. So you put the entry over there, the most recent fractal low, stop loss, most recent fractal high or outside of the supply level, and then you put your target according to your reward to risk ratio. And as you can see, just before the news was released, or as the news was released, the trade triggered. Okay, triggered. It was in a little bit of a profit and started to consolidate a bit. But the point here is when you are trading using supply and demand, you let the banks take care of the rest. You put your entry, you put your stop loss, you put the target, you set the trade, you let it trigger, and you let it do its thing. And that's exactly what happened. It triggered, started to consolidate for a bit, but eventually went all the way down to where now? Okay, it's coming all the way down to test that now demand level, which we just identified right now. So we have a demand level that price is coming to come and test. So as you can see, if you trade with the smart money, it's all about two things: supply and demand. Okay, and how we identify the supply and the demand levels is by using Forex volume to do so. Now, for those of you that do have the free video training, I'm going to show you exactly how and where I identified my supply and my demand levels. Okay, if you have the free video training, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So I'm going to switch over from the 15-minute time frame to the 4-hour time frame. Okay, and I'll start with let's see, there's quite a bit of levels here because I did a lot of analysis on USDCAD the past week, but okay, perfect. I'll start with the level from the 11th of June, the demand level from the 11th of June, and I'll show you that supply level on the 30th of June, and then the supply level on the 7th of July, etc, etc. So 4-hour time frame. Now that you see it, let's go to M15 and let's go to the 11th of June. So again, 11th of June, the level which I identified right over here. Again, we're using FX volume to help us to identify it. That was the demand level. And if we move on to look for the next level, let me zoom out over there. We had the next level on the 30th of June. So 30th of June was that supply level number 4. Okay, the top of that supply zone. All right, continuing. For those of you that have the free video training, you know what I'm trying to do here. So that was the 30th of June, and if we now go to the 8th of July, that's where everything started to set up like crazy. So 8th of July was our supply zone over here. The bottom of that supply zone, supply number 3 on the 8th of July, and then on the 8th we had another zone again. We're using FX volume to give us the clues of exactly where the smart money is stepping in. So supply level on the 8th of June, another supply level on the 8th of June. So there were 3 levels of supply, or 3 clues that the banks were leaving us to show us where potential supply zones were on the 8th of July. And then this obviously happened on the 9th of July. Price broke through that first demand, that first supply level with high volume to set up the demand zone over there. So demand number 1, demand number 2, supply number 1, which is demand number 2, supply number 2, supply number 3, supply number 4. And then all you got to do is analyze the markets like the banks, think like the banks, so that you can trade like a smart trader and follow the smart money. So what's going to happen now, what I'm looking at is waiting for price to come and test the demand level, see what the banks are going to tell us. Is it going to test the demand level, continue to bounce up, or is it going to break down and fetch that demand level back down there? We don't know, we'll see, but there is news coming up on in a few days time that will then set up this trade so far. And again, once a level is broken, like for example this level over here, delete, because it is no longer a level of concern. Okay, we're looking for fresh levels of supply and demand that you want to focus on, and that's how you trade like a smart trader and how you follow the smart money. Now, if you haven't already seen these videos that are gonna help you, if you enjoyed this video, click on the link in the description and watch the video trading the USDCAD like a smart trader. There's another one in the link in the description that says how to destroy USDCAD Forex fundamentals with this high impact new strategy that I've taught you right here. And also, if you really want to see something cool, click on the video where you can see me take a trade and it hits profit in 1 second trading Forex high impact news. But that's it for me. I'll see you in the next smart trader analysis. I'm out. Aweh, Millionaire. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that bell.
Batman, Batman, Batman. Batman, Batman, Batman.